Welcome back, my dear students. Today we will discuss about some important terms related to computer networks and some very important part, that is switching. Today we will also discuss that what are the various types of techniques used in the switching process. So first of all, we will learn that what is ARPANET, what is INTERSPACE, and after on we will learn switching techniques. So let's start with ARPANET. What is a full form of ARPANET? ARPANET, it's a very first network created by US in 1966 for their military operations. That's why they used ARPANET. The full form of ARPANET is Advanced Research Project Agency Network. It's on first network which uses TCP/IP protocol to distribute the data. Why it is so famous at that time? Because it was created for the people to access computers, improve computer equipment, and have more effective communication method. So we can say this thing, the invention of the network starts from ARPANET. Then we have a interspace. What do you mean by interspace? What we people are doing these days, we are attending our lectures online, we are sharing our videos, we are sharing our text, we are sharing our audio on the real time basis. So isn't it a kind of a interspace? Yes, interspace is a kind of the applications which we use, like Zoom, like Microsoft Teams, like your Google Meet. These are the basically a client server program that allows multiple users to communicate online with real-time audio, video, text in a dynamic 3D environment. So it is the most advanced form of the communication available these days, that is interspace. Now comes the very important part, that is switching technique. Children, we will be discussing this technique in two parts. In this particular video, I will only share and I will only elaborate the switching, that is circuit switching. Message switching and packet switching will be discussed in the next video. So don't forget to see that. Now, what is switching? Before we go to the switching, we must know that what is switch. Switch is a hardware device which is used in the computer network, and the work of the switch is to connect us to the desired destination. It will not uh, uh, sends the signal to the multiple ports. It will only take us to the desired destination. It will only gives the message to the intended destination. So what is switching? Switching is the process of forwarding the packets or the data. In other words, a message can be termed as a packet, which is coming from one port to another, leading towards the destination. When the data comes on the port, it is called ingress, and when the data leaves the port, it is called egress. A communication system may include number of switches and nodes. That means in any network we have many number of computer devices, any computer stations and switches. So these are the three methods of circuit switching methods: circuit switching, packet switching and message switching. So let's give a light on circuit switching. It is a connection oriented network switching technique. Why I am saying this thing, that it is a connection oriented network switching? Because we have to decide the path, we have to predefine the route from which my data will travel. Fine. So in this kind of switching, we define the route in the beginning, and after the connection is established, then we transfer the data. So there are three phases of the circuit switching connection, that is circuit establishment, data transfer and circuit disconnection. So these are the three phases. What are these phases? Because in the first phase we'll look for a dedicated path through which we can send the signal. We'll establish a kind of a route from source to destination with the help of intermediate switching center. Fine. Then once the circuit, once the path, once the route is established, then we start transferring the data, and once the data is complete, then the connection can be taken back or relinquished. The connection is initiated by any one of the user, and disconnection involves removal of all the intermediate links. That means all the in between switching nodes has also to disconnect the connection. So this is the diagrammatic representation of your circuit switching technique. These all are your switching offices with the help of which we establish a kind of a circuit. Now, what are the advantages of a circuit switching? It is suitable for the long continuous transmission because we establish the route. Fine, we establish the route in the beginning, and after that we can send n number of data onto that route. A dedicated path ensures the steady rate of communication. Once we have a dedicated path to follow, obviously the rate of data is steady. No intermediate delays are found once the circuit is established. So these are the advantages of circuit switching. Then we have disadvantages of circuit switching. Obviously, we need a predefined data, so that means bandwidth requirement is always high. We need a very high bandwidth of data, even if we have a low data volume. But the bandwidth should always be high. And the more important thing is the time taken to establish the circuit. Data will only be sent once the circuit is established, and the all time if we spent only in the establishment of the route or establishment of the circuit, then it is like my time wastage. So time required to establish connection may be high. So these are switching technique. We have done circuit switching, we have done advantage and disadvantage of circuit switching. Next two parts of the switching, that is message switching and circuits and packet switching, that we will discuss in the next video. So don't forget to see this. Thank you.